Hello and welcome. Today, Tanya and I will tell you about our latest innovation around AI. Before we jump into the deep ends, a few general remarks. We, researchers, like talking to people, to consumers, we really do. And businesses base their decisions also based on conversation with consumers. Qual research has a solid place in many studies. However, if you, for example, are tasked with running a qual study in a few markets, you will inevitably come to challenges with scalability. Marketing want their results yesterday, but all you can offer them is, well, wait a few months. And by the way, I need 100K for this research while we're at it. In some cases, your idea of running a proper qual study in, say, Germany, Brazil, and China will be rejected for the reasons just mentioned, and you go back to the drawing board. And then bingo, you come up with a quick and dirty solution to collect the information using some automated platform. It will lack depth, it won't provide a lot of insights to work with, but it will not break your bank and you will get job done quickly. But is it really what the business needs? So there's always a tension, but not anymore. Without further ado, meet Yasna, our AI-powered assistant, which will alleviate the tension that I just talked about. It took us a whole year of dedicated R&D before we rolled out this innovation into the world. The platform itself represents a significant advancement in conversational intelligence, offering automated information extraction capabilities across diverse business and non-business applications. And I assume we'll spend next 10 minutes or so talking about what Yasna can and can't do. Well, less about the latter and more about the former. We've run enough studies already to collect feedback from our clients, and it was very positive indeed. Our clients were truly excited about a lot of things, and I just cherry-picked a few quotes here. So, better than average existing AI solutions for in-depth interviews, check. Human-like moderation and analysis, check. Instant access to results in any major spoken language, check. This excitement gave us wings. So far, we've run projects for multinational companies such as Beiersdorf, Reckitt Benckiser, Electrolux, and others that you can see on this slide. Furthermore, we use Yasna in our daily work too at Fastuna. But enough with me talking. It's time for you to see what the excitement is all about. Tanya?
Thank you, Rimas. Let me share my screen. Yeah, can you see the platform, right?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So I would like to give you a quick overview of our super platform. Actually, the thing is that each of our clients has his own personal space on our platform with all the projects. I will show you how intuitive and easy to use our platform is based on one of the examples of the case studies that we conducted for ourselves to prove actually to us and to you how good AI with in sensitive topics. For example, this one was about sex toys. It was like U&A. So to set up the project, you just need to type the name of your project, research objective, target audience. Then you just type the questions of the guide. You add as much probing as you need. You can add even some instructions to the AI moderator to be sure that she's going in the right direction. It goes in the right direction. Then you can set up the image of the AI moderator. You can choose the gender, the age, just by clicking here. You can also adjust the greeting the way you want. Then if you want to share some information with your consumers to get their reaction, you can add stimuli, image, video, or text. Then you create a test link, just click here and jump into conversation with the Yasna. Then you adjust the guide if you feel necessary, and you create as many links as you need. For example, for each geography, like we did here for Germany and Japan. Then let's jump into the part of the with the interviews. Here you will see all hundreds of your interviews completed in the language they were done. What you see now, these are the summaries of these interviews, like a storytelling, so you don't need to read this this amount of transcription. But if you need to jump into the transcript and to read attentively what was said during the interview, you just jump here and that's it. Unfortunately, I don't know German, so I need to translate it. I can do it in one click. For example, I translate it in English. Now we will see the transcript in English, and you can do the same thing, of course, with the summary. Yeah, for example, let's do it from Japanese to English in one click. Done. Perfect. Now let's see the report. The report is a perfect part. It's absolutely effortless for us researchers. It's AI-generated report. For each question of the guide, you have well-structured information with the main conclusions, recommendations, and verbatims. If you need to jump to one of the interviews, for example, I found interesting this verbatim, I can click and jump into the interview and read it more attentively. And it's not the end, because as far as we can conduct hundreds, not we, Yasna does it for us, can conduct hundreds of interviews, it means that we can scale and see some numbers. Let's jump into scale and see if there is something interesting. And of course it is. For example, we know that most of consumers, 61%, buy sex toys online only. And 86% of our consumers, respondents, are satisfied with the current choice of sex toys. I mean, you can get any kind of information you need. So let's jump back to the presentation. To our presentation. Rimas, word to you.
So let's dive into specific areas of application of AI Qual. Let's call it AI Qual in a general sense, not just Yasna. So just to recap, the general perception of Qual research is always that it is long, expensive, and honestly taking up a lot of resources on both client and agency side. Not with AI, it is not. With AI, it's fast, affordable, and not as exhausting as you may think it is. Right, so I'll just go through some of the use cases of Qual AI. And the first one that springs to mind is U&A. Well, if you want to explore usage occasions, or maybe get a better understanding of your consumers' habits, their lifestyle, behavior patterns, that's when AI Qual can come to help. Or if you want to fine-tune ideas about your product or a concept or an ad that you will spend millions to shoot it, well, it's all possible with AI Qual. Discussion guide today, results day after tomorrow. It's easy as that. Or brand perception. Well, there's the next area of application. Again, with Qual AI, AI Qual, you can pick consumers' brain about what the image of your brand is, or your competitors. If you are recently experienced a PR disaster, you most likely turn to social media listening to evaluate the damage. But with Yasna, you can jump straight to the solution by asking consumers to share their thoughts about how you could save your brand's reputation, what steps you could take to salvage your reputation. One more area of application of AI Qual is co-creation with consumers. They would love that. In the ever-growing consumer-centric world, people love to be asked about what they think of this and that. They love to share their opinions. They love to be heard. You just need to find a non-intrusive way to reach out to them. And that's where AI Qual comes to help. But Yasna specifically is not only about big tasks and multi-country large-scale Qual projects. You can use it for smaller, everyday tasks, and Tanya will tell you more about it.
Yeah, I will do it with pleasure. So AI gives us more opportunities, some new opportunities. So we can do some small qualitative tasks that we haven't done before. We can combine classical Qual with AI Qual. For example, we can, not only Qual, Quant as well. For example, we can do standard Quant measure KPIs, and then go with AI qual to deep dive into leading ideas to understand what is behind the numbers. Or we can do AI qual and then proceed with quant. What will AI gives us in this case? Some consumers wording, so we can adjust the questionnaire, add maybe some usage occasions that are really relevant to the consumers. Or, as I said before, we of course can combine standard, our classical qual with AI qual. Why? To get some detailed answers to some uncertain questions, or for example, to understand what's going on in other markets, to make this kind of like easy and fast check for other markets. We have conducted a lot of AI projects, and we understand that there is some specifics of conducting AI in-depth interviews, and I will tell you about it briefly. So, if we want to validate the results, we have to conduct at least 50 interviews per target audience or per geography. Then we have to ask very simple questions, very straightforward and clear questions. And of course, we need to add probing and some instructions to AI agent, as I showed you before. The conversation shouldn't be no more than 20 minutes. Because should be no more than 20 minutes, ideally 15. So it means around 15 questions in the guide. Because respondents should enjoy the process, not to get annoyed by texting. And of course, last but not the least is to test the guide. It's very important. So when the guide is uploaded, now you need to test and understand if you need some adjustments. It's absolutely normal to do it, and it's very important before launching. Rimas, word to you.
Right. So to sum up, AI-powered conversational research is efficient. Hundreds of in-depth interviews per day at a fraction of the cost and time of a traditional call study. That sounds exciting. Then scalability. There are actually two aspects of that. First, you can run qualitative research way more often with AI qual. In fact, as often as it deserves to be done. And the second aspect, with quantitative scale sample sizes, there's a quantitative dimension in every qual study you run, meaning you can uncover insights and at the same time do the sizing, ranking, validations, etc., all within the same study. As a matter of fact, Yasna blurs the border between quant and qual, and we think that adoption of conversational research will continue erasing that border between the two approaches. So I hope you are as excited as we are, and please feel free to sign up on Yasna AI. You will get some freebies, which is 10 interviews with real people, real consumers. That's all for free. You will get access to a sandbox where you can play around with the platform. You can test it for yourself and chat to Yasna. So please feel free to sign up. If you are interested in running a project with us or talking to us, there's information just at the bottom of the slides. You can send us an email and we'll get back right at you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.